I'm always looking for more ways to improve the user experience with the iPhone. So in today's video, I'm going to share a few settings that you must change on your iPhone. But before we get started, don't forget to give me a thumbs up and to subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed yet. This video is sponsored by SetApp, an incredible cross-platform suite which gives you access to over 200 iOS and macOS applications without any additional cost. You only need to pay for your subscription and choose the apps that you would like to use. Now, a great benefit is that you can start a 7-day trial for free when you use the link listed down below in the description. So starting off, the first setting is related to USB accessories. I don't know if this happened to you before, but it happened to me a few times. I would go inside my car to start driving, and then I would plug my phone in to start using CarPlay, and for some reason, I would need to unlock it with Face ID. Otherwise, CarPlay wouldn't work. Have this happened to you before? Let me know down below in the comments. But if it did, there's a quick setting that you can change so this would never happen again. Make sure you go to Settings, Face ID and passcode, then make sure to insert your passcode and go all the way down in here, USB accessories. Make sure you leave it on. As you can see, it says turn off to prevent USB accessories from connecting when your iPhone has been locked for more than an hour. So, if you haven't touched your iPhone for over an hour and you got into your car and tried to use CarPlay, it would ask for your Face ID. By enabling this, you will never need to put Face ID again to use CarPlay. So make sure you enable it. I feel like this happens to everyone that has the iPhone and uses CarPlay. So let me know down below, once again, if it happened to you before. Now let's go back and let's go to the App Store. Here, I feel like it's very important for you to know what these settings are about. So right here, I would leave the apps disabled because what this does is if you have an iPhone and if you have an iPad, every time that you download a new app on your iPhone, it will be automatically downloaded on your iPad as well. But sometimes you do not want that application on your iPad and your iPhone, right? So make sure to disable this setting unless you do want this feature. Then, on the other hand, I highly recommend you leave app updates enabled. I've used to not have this enabled, and oh my god, I used to always forget to update applications, and I do not like to forget about those things. So now I just leave it enabled. I think it really changes our lives. And here in the cellular data section, make sure to disable automatic downloads, because imagine if you are not at home, you're using your internet, your LTE, and an application starts downloading on your phone. You do not want this to happen. You're going to notice that your phone is slow and you cannot use it properly, so make sure to leave it, disable it. And also video autoplay, I have it on right now. I will switch it to Wi-Fi only because the same thing as the automatic downloads, you don't want this to happen over cellular data. First, because you don't want to spend your cellular data with that. Even if you have the unlimited plan, you may have a higher limit, but it's not infinite unlimited. So make sure you disable it or switch it to Wi-Fi only. If you are at home, that's totally fine to have video autoplay, but if you're not at home, you don't want to use more data and also drain battery life, which is also extremely important. Now there is a feature on our iPhones right now that is called dark mode. I love dark mode, but I use it at night. I don't use it 24/7. However, if you have an iPhone with OLED display, so if you have the iPhone 12 lineup, or if you have the iPhone 11 Pro, iPhone 10 or 10s, then you can use the dark mode feature to save battery. So if you want to be constantly saving battery on your iPhone, make sure to enable dark mode and leave it on 24/7. Do not leave it on automatic to turn it on only at night, because then you won't get the benefit of saving battery throughout the day. So here I have it at the control center, but if you don't, you can add it there, or you can go to settings, make sure you go to display and brightness, and here choose dark mode. And once again, you do not need to leave the automatic option enabled. You can disable that and only enable or disable whenever you want to. But again, if you have a phone that has OLED display, you will be saving battery by using the dark mode. And if you don't know why OLED display saves battery on dark mode and the others don't, it's because the OLED display works kind of like a bunch of tiny little lights all together. And if you have a lot of black things on your display, a lot of these lights are going to be turned off. So you're not using the energy for those lights. So that is why. I'm going to choose dark mode from now on, you guys, because I'm switching my settings with you. Then something else that I would make sure that you have it enabled on your iPhone is the optimized battery charging. So let's go to settings, battery health, and enable optimized battery charging. As it says here down below, to reduce battery aging, iPhone learns from your daily charging routine, so you can wait to finish charging past 80% until you need to use it. So this really improves your battery life and battery aging, so your battery will last longer. Now let's go back to settings and make sure you go to photos. Here there is a feature that not many people pay attention to, which is cellular data. As you can see here, I have it enabled, and by turning off, this will restrict updates to Wi-Fi, including shared albums and iCloud photos. So once again, if I'm not at home, I don't need my iCloud photos or my albums to be updating. If you do, leave it on, but I don't need it, and I don't want to be using more data and also more battery for this, because I'm pretty sure we can wait to get home unless it's something very important. So disable it. Now we're going to move to Safari. So let's go back to settings and press on Safari. And down here, there is a setting called Prevents Cross-Site Tracking. I highly recommend you leave it on, because this will prevent websites to track you whenever you're browsing on Safari. So if you press right here on About Safari and Privacy, there is a lot more information if you're interested in reading it, but what it says here is some websites use third-party content providers. A third-party content provider can track you across websites to advertise products and services. With this option turned on, tracking data is periodically deleted unless you visit the third-party content provider. So I don't see a reason why you would leave this on, so leave it off. So make sure to enable it. And now the last setting that we're going to talk about today is for the iPhone 12 users. So if you have the iPhone 12, you know that you have the 5G option right now. It is the first iPhone that has 5G support. So let's go back and go to cellular. And right here, make sure you press on cellular data options. Here, there are 3 different settings. Make sure you press on voice and data. And as you can see, I have 5G auto. So pretty much, if you know that the 5G coverage where you're currently at is good, you can leave this on 5G auto, because if you have a better connection option, your iPhone will automatically switch to the 5G. So it's good to leave it on auto. However, you should not leave 5G on, because this will drain your battery. And also, if you know that the 5G coverage is not the best at your location, make sure to choose LTE, because you know that you don't have great 5G connection where you are. So you don't need your iPhone to be constantly looking for new 5G connections and draining your battery. So make sure you choose this according to your location and the 5G connection that you currently have. As I said, if you leave it on auto or on, your iPhone will be constantly looking for 5G towers, and this will drain battery life and will also drain data. So even if you have an unlimited data plan, 5G uses a lot, and a lot of unlimited plans do have a limit, but it's a lot higher. However, you maybe do not need to be using 5G 24/7. So again, I highly recommend to leave it on auto if you know that you have 5G connection where you are, or choose LTE so you save your iPhone's power and it's not going to be constantly looking for a new 5G connection. And these are the iPhone settings that I recommend you change on your iPhone. Let me know down below in the comments what you think about the video, and if you enjoyed it, don't forget to give me a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed yet. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.